Hey y'all, how y'all doing tonight? I just came on for a little while to talk about you know, our late night talks and stuff. Um or what we talk about. And to give y'all an update on um one of the things that's been going on. Y'all know I have been talking a lot about the liar and me not getting sleep and all of these different things that been happening in my life. So, probably about 2 or 3 days ago, maybe four, I got to a place of where in this situation, I just feel like, or I felt like, I don't want to be anything. I don't want to be nothing. I don't even ever want to talk to this person ever again in life. And that'll be just fine with me. Sever it all, throw it in the garbage, kaputs. I'm done with it. And as I explained this situation to probably about three people that I'm done with it, I don't need this person in my life no more. I don't need to talk to them. All of that. I talked to my sister that's in the military about it. And I guess she sat on it for like a day or so. I think it was just a day. And of course, I didn't say it to her the way that I just said it to y'all. And I can say it the way that I said it. I said, Um, I don't ever need to be friends with this person. She don't need to be my sister. I don't need anything from her. I don't never need to see her another day in life. If I never see her again another day in life, I would be just fine with that. With some of the things that I said. And so my sister is one of the people like I go to and I talk to her about a lot of things that be bothering with me. And I guess she took her time and before she responded to what I wrote or to what I said to her. And she wrote me back. Um, you need to plant. How you doing, girl face? Uh, so after I told my sister those things, that I feel like I don't need this person in my life. Don't want them or anything like that. Um, my sister wrote me back a couple of days later, and then y'all will see me in the light for a little while because I got my little flashlight on to see what I'm. Amen to that. Blessed by the best. So, as I said, I was telling y'all about the conversation I had with my sister, and I was telling her that I'm done with this person. I don't need to talk to them. No, none of that. Never again in life. My sister wrote me back and she said, "My heart aches for you." Hopefully y'all can hear me. I ain't muffled. Girl face, let me know if you can hear me or not. She said, "My heart aches for you." And hopefully my sister don't mind, but she know I about everything. And this is a situation that I'm going through that really, really is affecting me. So, okay, thank you. She said, "My heart aches for you. I really want you to get into a place and purge your spirit. Release every toxin, remi- meaning release all that you have allowed to take up space in your life and get stuck. You want more for others than they want for themselves, and your wanting can sometimes turn into bitterness." Okay. And I think just in reading that right there, I could pause. And when I read that, my sister is spot on with what she said. because I absolutely did and I do let things like that when I pour a lot into people. You know that saying when they say, "Don't give your pearls to swine," and it's like I can see somebody going down a wrong road, or I like to call it I can see them getting ready to run into a brick wall. And I'm always the one that's holding on to them, trying to pull them by the shirt, choking them, trying to stop them from running into that brick wall, almost to the point of I'm holding on to the back of their neck, trying to stop them from running into the wall, and they taking me along with them to crash into that wall. And it's like I don't know how to let it go and let them be on their own. And just, if you want to run it into the ground, go ahead and run it into the ground. But I think where my problem comes in at is that I'm so frustrated that I was trying to help and pull them from that place, to then when I see like they ain't taking none of what I gave to them to help them through that situation, but then it turns into blaming me. Yes, I do turn. It does feel like there's something bitter that starts to happen on the inside of me. Um, so for me, I think what I need to do is find out when to like walk away. Like I be so invested in them once I'm there. And in this situation, maybe I didn't explain it like it was, because this person was like another child that I helped raised or something like to that effect or whatever. But it is disappointing when you've taken up time to like help guide somebody down in the right way and everything, and then when they decide that you've helped them for 30 years, but all of a sudden you didn't help them, you didn't do anything for them, you nobody, and they can take everything you did and turn it the other way because now I refuse to be a part of their lie or whatever it is that they want to keep going. And so yes, at this point I do feel like I'm really angry, and I do feel a little bitterness, and I accept what my sister said to me about it. But am I actively trying to change it? Absolutely not. I am where I am for right now, and I feel the way I feel. And actually, um, it got a little worse than it did, and I'm gonna tell you why. I talked to you all about on I was put on a medication to help me get sleep and to stop the feeling of anxiety in the middle of my sleep or whatever. And I told y'all one of the things what made me not want to take medicine was because there was a time that I took medicine and it gave me like the sleepy feeling, made me want to go to sleep. But I ended up still having the anxiety. So hopefully I can explain it in the right way. It's like you took this medicine that's supposed to help you get sleep, but you still end up fighting the same fight that you was fighting before you took the medicine. So now you fighting two fights. You trying to fight to stay woke, and you fighting against this medicine that's trying to get you to go to sleep because you feeling all of the things that you first got this prescription for. So anyways, and I don't know if I'm making any sense to you all. You can ask the question and I can explain it a little bit better if I know how to. But anyways, last night was one of those nights that I had I took this medicine, and then I'm up fighting against the medicine because I feel some type of way. I still feel the anxiety. I still feel like somebody running in the room and saying the room is on fire. So I'm not getting any sleep. So between the hours of 1 and 3 a.m., I was up pacing the floor, back and forth, couldn't get to sleep. And so um, I ended up going and getting in my car, and I was able to go to sleep there and came back. And I knew something was happening last night, but I didn't want to call anybody. I didn't want nobody to talk to me. And I didn't want to hear anything of what's happening in the background because I was afraid that it would put me in a place of even more anxiety than what I was already feeling. So I didn't ask any questions, but I got up this morning, and just by the little things was said, I knew something was happening last night that wanted to take more of my peace, but I didn't get involved in it. I made a decision to not venture in it, to not find out anything about it. Just, girl, focus on you and get yourself some sleep. But whatever was happening last night, I was feeling it in the pit of my stomach all the way into up until 3 something this morning. So I just decided to get me some prayers in and everything, and I did what I needed to do for me until I finally fell asleep. When I finally fell asleep, probably around 3:30, 4 o'clock this morning, um, I was able to sleep until about 10:59 this morning, which again also makes me feel the anxiety because, and let me say, I am very pleased with I did get some sleep, so I'm not complaining about it. But then for me to wake up at that time of the afternoon, or not even the afternoon, that time of the morning, makes me have another kind of anxiety only because like it make me feel like I missed something or like I slept too late. It's always something with my sleep or whatever, always up and down. But girl face, you said afraid. Did I say something? Did I say that I was afraid of something I might have did? Sometimes I be using words that I didn't necessarily mean to use, but be trying to explain it the best way that I know how to explain it. So with this process, I really don't know what all going on, but I know I'll be feeling things. Um, I definitely know that I'll be feeling things that be going on that's definitely going on in the spirit world, and I just, to be honest with you, I don't want to feel it. I want to be so disconnected from it at this moment, but also too wanting to, if it's a purpose behind it, then like I'm still willing to go through it, but I don't know. It get frustrating. Just even trying to explain this to somebody, and still sometimes I come on here and talk to y'all about it, and I still be just as feel just as crazy as I did before I came on here and talked to y'all about it, trying to make sense of what is happening right now. But you know, the enemy knows who you are. I figure that much, and I, at this point, I really don't care how mad the enemy is about or this demon is, that I'm calling it a liar. If it walks like a duck, it quack like a duck, 9 times out of 10 I'm gonna call it a duck. um if I realize and I see it and I know all everything that's in front of me is lining up and showing me um you're a liar, I'm going to call it out and I'm going to say you are a liar. I'm not a person that I can see something with my eyes and somebody else can tell me that's not what I seen. That's what I dealt with the whole beginning of my life, is me seeing things and people telling me that's not what I seen. I seen something else different. Essentially just saying that my eyes was lying to me or my ears was lying to me when I know what I seen. The enemy knows who you are. Trust it. Whose you are. I amen to that, girl face. And I just me anything that I see that's on the enemy's territory, or I feel doesn't agree with my stomach, I turn away from it. I talk against it. I move the other way. I'm not trying to do anything to play on the demons or the devil's team or whatever you want to call them. Um that just it ain't me. I can see in the spirit world and the attack is real. Yeah, I know it and I feel it every day. I can feel and I also know that every time I turn this camera on at nighttime, I definitely know without a shadow of a doubt that the person that I'm talking about, I know she's watching me. And even though she knows that I'm saying the things that I say and I'm doing the things that I do, this is not the first time she's seen me moving this way. I've members or any other people. She's laughed at times when I was getting on to somebody else about the things that they do, or talking the truth to somebody that was moving in the wrong way, and she's been right there to kiki and laugh it up with somebody else. And then all of a sudden when it became her time for me to say a truth to her about the way that she was moving in private or something, all hell broke loose. And it's just like I can't understand is why you could see me bring correction to everybody else, but when it came down to me, and I'm telling you, this person is like one of my children. So if you see me bring correction to one of my children, and I also say when I tell y'all talking to my children, I raised my sisters and my brothers too. So if I'm saying somebody who I'm calling my sister and I halfway raised her or whatever, what made her think that I would sit by and watch you tell a lie and not say anything? Hey Carla, how you doing tonight? Good to see you in here. That's the first time I seen you, Miss Brooks. You have a lot to offer. Don't let the enemy steal your joy. And girl face, I'm really working on how do um I've been really working hard because I don't even know how I got to this place of and not I'm not saying I'm letting the enemy steal my sleep, because I'm not letting the enemy steal my sleep. If I knew the right tool or the right stance that I should take with him, I would already put him in the headlock and dropped him down on his forehead or whatever. I would have already have done that, but I'm definitely in the learning process and trust and believe. Um, I'm not. I'm not going to back down from this. I don't even feel like I have a choice to back down from this. I feel like this is a task that God has put in front of me. And by all means, devil, I'm here to put you on notice. I'm up for the task. Don't matter how much I cry or whine and scream about it. I'm up for the task. It's going to take me some going to the gym and working my muscles for me to get there. But whatever it is, I'm going to pass this test. And in the end, and what I've been saying to myself the past couple of days, because yesterday and the day before, I'm gonna tell y'all just where I went to because I'm being honest. I even said that I don't even want to see this person again because I can imagine me sitting across the table from them, and as soon as a lie come out of their mouth, I'm going to tell you what I visually saw myself doing, which means I went right from that place to instantly praying over myself because this is not what I want. But I know the old Shauna in me that this person has never witnessed before, because I left that person behind in Guilford before I moved here to Orlando. But what I saw happening the other night was I saw we were sitting at a table and I was sitting across from this person. And she told one lie that was face to face with me. Rose up in me. I stood up and I shoved the table into her chest and I slapped the shit out of her. And yes, I said that. I stood up and I slapped her. And I know if I see something like that, that already tells me, Shauna, start to pray over yourself because we fight not against flesh and blood, but principalities. And you know, sometimes when you still, God ain't still working on you, those things can come up. Um, and so that's where the kind of energy that I have been feeling the past couple of days, and I can tell you it's partly coming on because still this person takes no accountability and is blaming everybody else for everything that's happening. Carla Wick says, "Hey, you have a lot to offer. Don't let the enemy steal your joy." Oh no, I'm not gonna let him steal my joy. He get to come there, and I know he's only allowed to even enter into my space because God told him he can. And like I said, I'm gonna pass the test. I probably haven't passed it yet. No, in fact, not probably. I haven't passed it yet. But trust me, I'm gonna pass. Carla, I don't understand what you're talking about, except it's Alyssa. I don't understand. Bible. Um, will spill the tea. Say it, yes. Speak it, yes. They prepare the table before me in the presence of my enemies. Is real. Yeah, I seen it. I seen that we were having a meeting or something. And those of you all who are in here, if you don't mind hitting the like button, please hit the like button. Um or hit the dislike button. That it hit one or the other. Thank you very much. Oh, okay then. I see you, girl. Oh, anyways, okay. But yeah, for me, it's like I almost feel like at this time, in which this is what I understand when my sister says um when I pour so much into somebody and then it turns into bitterness. I almost feel like that's what it's turning into now for me to go to a place of where I feel like I can slap her. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want to do. It's not really what I want to do. It's been a long time since well, not that long because I done slapped somebody. I done slapped somebody this year. I just don't want to. I actually did more than slap somebody, but I'm telling you, in that situation, I also know that I'm old enough to know that I'm tired of fighting. I don't want to fight. I don't want to put my hands on nobody else, but I am sick of people coming into my space and turning my space into something that I didn't mean for it to turn into. And then when they mad because I'm mad about the situation, then yeah, I, I'm all over the place. But anyways, I'm I don't know where I am in this situation right now, but I don't want to be out here fighting anyone, and I really don't want to be feeling that kind of way. I want to learn to before I feel like I need to be bitter about anything. I want to learn how to let it go um and move on, especially when the person does not want better for themselves. You cannot be there trying to force somebody to want better for their own life. Sometimes you have to leave them right there where they at, even if it means leaving them behind for whatever reason. You sometimes have to leave them right there. What you say a plant? Well, I planted all day long. Is there some kind of spiritual word or something behind that, girl face? Because I know you always say something, but it got a different meaning behind it. So I don't want to put it in front of that. But you saying the word plant. Whew, I feel like I planted today. I planted a lot of green things today. Um and I keep looking. I keep trying to plant the right seeds so that when I get ready to sow, that my harvest is something that I want to sow. Not that I want. I try to sow the right seeds so when I get ready to harvest, um, I harvest what I actually sowed. I want to reap what I sowed. I don't want to. I don't want garbage back in return. And that's at this moment. That's what I literally feel like I'm refusing to accept garbage into my life. Um, I can't do it. Know the enemy is real. That's really who you're fighting. Nope, that's your joy to plant. Yeah, ma, that definitely is. And so I keep trying to take the person out of it. So when I say the when I call the person a demon, I'm not, if it makes sense, I'm not really, this gonna make sense to whoever it makes sense to. I'm not calling the person per se the demon. What I'm doing is I'm calling the demon out. And demon, since you want to play and it's me you chose to play with me, I'm calling you by your name, the lying demon. You are a lying demon. And I'm going to call you what you are until we come face to face. And I'm going to call you a lying demon right to your face. And I dare you to come out. And that's just what I got to say about it. I can't change it. I can't pretend that I'm going to call it anything else. I have to call it exactly what I see it to be, a lion demon. And that will be your name until you exit that body that I know I have prayed over my whole entire life. And I've looked out for your best interest your whole entire life. Um, that will be the name that I call you until you exit the body of the person who I know you're residing in right now. You lying demon. Lying demon. That's what I call you. And I know you watching right now. I know you are. And also, I'm going to pray that you can no longer rest inside of that body another night. I want you to be agitated so bad that you don't have a choice but to come up out of there. And that's in Jesus' name. No rest. Since that's the game we playing the no rest game. So I'm going to ask God to do the same thing to the demon. Give him no rest until he come out of there. And I mean that with everything on the inside of me. I mean it. And now I know after this point, the demon is either going to decide to keep on clicking on my live every night to watch me. Or you going to do what? Run. Run. What you going to do? Send it back to the pits of hell. And let me tell you something. The one thing I know about it, I'm happy with the two people that I got in here tonight because I know who these two people is, and I know the third one keep coming back and forth because they probably bursting out into tears a couple of times and run away from the screen and then come back. But I know these two people that are sitting in here, they in an agreement with what I'm saying. And that's all the Lord required. They say where there is two or three gathered together in my name, there shall I also be. So there's two or three of us here in agreement. To devil, you gonna be restless tonight. That demon gonna be restless tonight. Very restless. And I know you ain't gonna have a choice but to tell somebody of the restless night you had, because I'm going to speak it into existence. Everybody around you has been losing sleep. And I'm going to say it with all confidence. It's going to turn around. It's starting to turn around. Because see, the ones that been up all these nights, we already been praying and praying and praying and praying. God ain't asked us to be no beggars. He ain't say be no beggars. He ain't made us no beggars. And I feel like because of the stuff been going on, we've been begging and pleading with God. God, just take this away. God, just take this away. God, just take it away. No, it don't work like that. There's a process that we gonna go through. And what you said, girl, face, we in spiritual warfare. So, devil, you gonna be the one that's restless tonight. Restless. And I don't know how many times I can say that, but pretty much what I read to you all that my sister wrote me. There is times when people can say something to me And sometimes it stings. It stings, but I don't like to say that it hurt me, because what I've learned in life, that the truth always sets me free, especially when I know I can search myself and know that it's a truth. I can look at it and I can see, I know it's the truth. It will actually set me free no matter how much I feel like it hurt me. When I seen my sister wrote those words and said that she sees my bitterness, because it's not the first time she's seen it, but she know my intentions are very good when I'm getting on to somebody or I'm telling them nothing but the truth, but they don't want to hear it and they don't like the way it's delivered or whatever it may be. She knows that I have good intentions, but she also knows that I can get very, very angry when you keep calling. And especially, I'm not chasing after you. You're calling on me, asking me questions, questions, questions repeatedly over and over again. And when I'm giving you the answers, the guide to how to get there, or what it is that needs to be changed, you don't decide to change it. You just decide that you want to keep talking to me more and more to see how much more you can pull of my energy, you can pull from me, instead of doing the work. And it turns into bitter. And so, yes, these nights that I have been up, frustrated with getting no sleep, ending up at the hospital, getting no sleep, going through this anxiety and all of this stuff. Yes, knowing that I'm here going for bat to bat for you, and you still running on the devil's territory. I know that there is nothing, nothing at all that I can do for you. Nothing I can do for you. Not at this moment. Hmm. And so I have no choice but to give it to him, girl face. That's the only other place I can go to. And I heard somebody tell me earlier today, I'm just trying to focus on the things that I can control, not the ones that I can't. And it's just something like on the inside of me that, when I now looking back and thinking about it, there's a lot of questions and things. This person asked me a lot of questions about things they needed help with a lot of different areas. Like, I've helped them in it, but it's, or I don't know if I've helped them, but I'm saying there's been a lot of questions asked, and I've given the answers to it and the guidance of, how to get there. But then when you turn around and you see, you go back and you pay attention to all of the things that you gave to them, and you see that basically they use none of it, and the only thing that they did was kept coming back to you, like asking. I don't know, you ever been around somebody that just feel like they just asking you questions just to be asking you questions? They don't really want anything from you. They just want to be asking you questions for like conversation's sake, and there's nothing really they want out of you. They just want to talk to you, like, I don't know, like wasting your time or something. I don't know if those are the right words, but you ever been talking to somebody, you pouring everything into them, you trying to help them get the answers to all of the things that they asking you answers for, but then it's like they ain't learned anything from out of it. So I don't know. I know at this time, I know I probably feel like I'm just going around and around in circles, but I'm really trying to figure it out. And I wish that I really wish that I can really make more sense of this to you all by telling like the whole story. Nothing but the truth. All the way down to um I'm gonna start calling this person by name. And that's something that I never do. I don't come on here and I never say anybody's name because there's one thing I always knew because I'm surrounded by these kinds of people, right? I can come on here and I can tell a story and I never say anybody's name. But guess what? The person who I'm talking about, they always behind the scene jumping up and down and saying, "She on live talking about me." Now, if I never say a name and the person jumping up and down saying that I'm on live talking about them, then how would they know that I'm talking about them if it really ain't about them? Or are you one of those ones that, you like that song that they say, "You're so lame"? You probably think this song is about you. you know, I'm trying to figure out. Ain't that's one of those things where they say the hit dog always holler. You never say their name, but yet and still they on the outside jumping up and down. It's like, she on live talking about me. She on live talking about me. Well, who's telling all of the business? Is it you telling your own business, or am I telling your business? Because ain't there could be a million people in this world right now telling a lie, but I wonder how many other people behind the scenes jumping up and down and saying that it's them that I'm talking about while I'm talking about these lies. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? But anyways, child, I'm getting doesn't necessarily mean that I'm not going to take it, but I don't want to experience another night that if the devil is going to play around with me and he want to fight, I want to be in my right mind while I'm fighting. And so I think tonight we're going to go team no medicine, and then if we up, we going to go round for round tonight. Sometimes God will cut down the tall grass so you can see the snakes. And honey, I see the snakes. I see them. And trust, you done seen me before. Let me tell you something. This whole entire year, I have never seen so many snakes in my life. Never. This year alone, and there is a video for every snake that I've seen. Y'all just ain't seen it. But I am telling you, this year alone, probably in these last 5 months alone, I have seen about 12 snakes. One of those snakes was touching practically the boot that I had on in the video. The video is here. The snake was almost touching my foot. That's how close. I'm girl face. Uh, don't get it twisted. I'm talking about them people too. I'm just telling you, they showing up as snakes. Yeah, that's who I'm talking about too. I'm referring to them as snakes, which I often do in my videos. I always say, I always say, we the high class gardeners over here, where we don't play around with no snakes, no bugs, and no worms. And there are people that we call those things that really do exist in life. We call bugs, bugaboos, people that just bug you and bug you. They don't bring nothing to the table. They just bug the hell out of you. That's all they do. We don't mess around with those kind of people. And out in the garden, I don't mess with bugs out there for real. I don't like bugs. I don't like snakes out in the garden. And I don't like snakes in real life. So that's why we call the high class gardeners over here. And I don't like worms either. You know, they worm their way into your life only to eat holes in everything that you do. Eat holes and try to eat holes into little things and say that they all lie, that you're lying and all of that stuff. That's what worms do. They eat holes in your collard greens and all of that stuff. They is the devil, ain't they? The worm is one of the worst things you can get out in your garden. And that's why I don't like messing with none of those kinds of things. Yeah, I say it all the time. So, yeah, y'all, I'm going to get the sleep that I get tonight without the medication because I want to be on my P's and Q's just in case the devil want to dance tonight. And the thing is I don't think that he coming over here to two-step with me tonight. I think he gonna two-step with the one that's playing on his team tonight. That's who I think he gonna dance with tonight. Cause everybody else around you has already did a dance with him and they done had all kinds of miserable nights and all of that kind of stuff. And I don't think you experienced that yet. But I think tonight the devil gonna give you a little taste of what it's like to play on his team and what he give you. Cause see, the devil. This is what the devil's job is. Is the devil is the one like he'll get you out there and he'll drop you off in the middle of the ocean. He one of those ones that tell you that a boat with a hole in the bottom of it. Oh, I can get you out here with some Flex Seal on the bottom of that boat, and then get out there and pull the plug out the bottom of the boat and let you drown. And he'll look like he your best friend to the end. Yeah, right to the end where he drop you off at. So tonight you might get a little feeling of what it feels like to be playing on the wrong team. And I want you to get that experience because I don't want you playing on the wrong team. I want you on the right side. And you get to decide because God say he stand at the door and knock. You don't necessarily got to answer, but you have to answer in some kind of way. Catch. Those that decide that not to answer, you still end up having to answer in some kind of way, right? We'll see. But you all, I'm going to go and I'm going to see about closing my eyes and getting me some rest tonight. Because I really do. And that was not a fake yarn. I hope it was a contagious one. But that was a real yarn and I really am sleepy. And I'm gonna get off and go and close my eyes. And those of you all who feel like praying with me tonight that you know, I'm just gonna ask that the Lord have his way. That's all I'm gonna do. And if he have his way, I'm happy with whatever the Lord's way is. And okay, with that being said, I'm going to say goodnight to y'all and those of you all who touch and agree. Um, touch and agree. In the name of Jesus. We out. Good night, y'all.